Subcommittee hearing of Water Resource and Environment will come to order. Thank you for being here today. We'll start with my opening statement, and we'll move on to the ranking majority opening statement. Ranking minority. This hearing is the Missouri River flood. It's an assessment of river management in 2011 and operational plans for the future. I would like to welcome everyone today in hearing the Missouri River flood and assessment, as I just said, and the operational plans for the future. At the dedication ceremony of the OAE Dam in South Dakota, in 1962, President Kennedy made the following statement. We take for granted these miracles of engineering, and too often we see no connection between this dam right here and our nation's security and our leadership all around the world. The facts of the matter are that this dam and many more like it are essential to the expansion and growth of the American economy as a measure that Congress is now considering, and this dam and others like it are essential to our national strength and security as any military alliance or missile complex. I believe President Kennedy and his generation understood that public infrastructure is important to our economy, and a strong economy is vital to our national security. As we go through these difficult economic times, we must not forget that some federal investments are valuable. I would like to remind members of the subcommittee that those in the audience that in November 2011 we marked the 25th anniversary of the 1986 Water Resources Development Act. This landmark law has provided the nation with a new paradigm for the development of water resource projects. WRDA 86 required that most projects be planned and constructed with non-federal partner that would share in the cost. With local public entities taking a bigger role in projects, we have been able to leverage the federal dollars and build projects that better fit the local needs. In spite of the fact that non-federal partners are now paying a significant portion of the project costs, we have not taken steps to recapitalize the water resources infrastructure that previous generations have entrusted to us. Investing some of our limited federal dollars in flood protection and navigation infrastructure not only provides jobs during the construction period, but also provides economic benefits that save more jobs once the project is completed. One needs only to look at the national, regional, and local economic benefits that have flowed from the water resources project along the Missouri River to appreciate the value of the core projects. Given the significant economic benefits that come from investing in flood protection and navigation infrastructure, I believe the federal government should focus its core of engineers' dollars on those activities and halt, for a while, investing in environmental restoration projects that do not provide the long-term jobs we so desperately need right now. This concern has made even more accurate by the fact that the damages to levees and other flood protection infrastructure caused by the Missouri River flood, Hurricane Irene, and other disasters this year must be quickly repaired to prevent damages next year, and currently the Corps has to pay for these repairs by taking money from other projects. The Corps should not have to be deciding which projects to rob to pay for levee repairs. We in Congress and the President have to do a better job of getting the Corps the money they need for these important life and property-saving projects. The Missouri River Basin is the world's third largest watershed and drains 41% of the United States. There are 6 main stem reservoirs, many miles of levees, and other control structures that the Corps of Engineers uses to manage the river for 8 separate and many times competing purposes. In managing the Missouri River system, the Corps has to balance its operations to address the needs of flood protection, navigation, municipal water supply, irrigation, fish and wildlife, recreation, and hydropower. The Corps has a master manual to guide its decisions, and they develop annual operational plans that reflect expected runoff for the season. Since records were kept beginning in 1887, the estimated 2011 runoff of 61 million acre-feet into the system easily exceeded the previous record of approximately 49 million acre-feet set in 1997. Unprecedented runoff occurred in the basin in the months of May, June, and July of this year. The combined runoff from these 3 months of 34.3 million acre-feet is higher than the total annual runoff in 102 of 113 years on the period of record. The floods of 2011 damaged critical transportation infrastructure like roads, highways, bridges, airports, and rail lines. For instance, logistical problems caused by 2011 floods caused a Class 1 railroad, Burlington Northern Southern Santa Fe, to reroute up to 460 trains per day from the duration of the floods. Worse still, thousands of Americans were flooded, some of them who lost their homes. Millions have been impacted by these floods, and sadly, some have lost their lives. The system that was authorized in 1944 and completed in the early 1960s has provided flood control and other important benefits for many of the Missouri River Basin. Still, the system has not created a flood-free zone along the Missouri River. We have seen in the Gulf region what can happen when hurricane and flood protection infrastructure is inadequate or fails to perform. And now we have seen this type of event in the Missouri River, the Mississippi River, and the Ohio River. I believe the answers to these issues will come from a partnership between federal and non-federal public entities. I believe we should recapitalize the nation's flood damage reduction infrastructure and believe we need to make policy changes to be sure that we are making the best investment of taxpayer dollars. At the same time, I believe local governments have got to make wise land use decisions in their communities that will keep homes and businesses out of harm's way. I would like to thank the panel members for being here today and examine the flood of 2011 and how the Corps is preparing for the future. At this time, I would also ask unanimous consent that the documents put on the following record from the Missouri Farm Bureau Federation, the American Society of Civil Engineers, American Rivers, the Honorable Lee Terry. Hearing no objection, that will be so ordered. Also, like unanimous consent that committee members Sam Graves, Billy Long, and Leonard Boswell, who are not on the subcommittee but are on the T&I, be allowed to sit and ask questions during this hearing. Hearing no objection, so ordered. This time, I welcome Mr. Connerhan.